Hello, everyone. It's me, Bia, your favorite fashion content creator, and sustainable educator. As you guys can tell by this video, we're back for a different kind of video, as you cannot see my face in this video, and what you're looking at is me coloring a coloring page that I got for free off Pinterest. If this is your design and you would like to be credited for this coloring page, please send me an email via the email description and I will add it to the description retroactively. But in this video, I want to talk about a couple things. There's 3 things I want to talk about. 1, parasocial relationships, future goals for this channel, where I've been, and burnout. I know I make a lot of videos when I come back from breaks talking about burnout, but I think that this one is the most important one to watch. Firstly, hi, welcome back to one of my videos. I'm not going to do a full intro or full outro on this because this video is more serious. I'm going to start by talking about burnout and where I've been, since they're kind of tied together. So obviously, I've been gone for a while. At my last check, I have not posted a video in either 3 or 4 months. There's a couple of reasons that I have not posted a video in between 3 to 4 months, and those reasons include burnout. The biggest reason is burnout. I, for those who don't know, created this channel as a passion project to hopefully allow me to learn more about media, communications, and stuff like that as a way to improve my chances of getting into a college for one of those. Obviously, that's still the plan. The plan is still to go to college for media and communication studies, but that's my personal life. I won't bother you guys with that because of a lot of reasons. I've been gone. And some of those involve my personality, my social life, which is something I won't talk about because that's personal. And we'll talk about why I'm not talking about that. The second reason that I've been gone for so long is because I got burnout. And I got burnout because I created this channel as a way to create my passions into something that could potentially be a career or a job to make me money. But unfortunately, it's not at that point. I still love you guys. I still love my community. I'm grateful for all of you. But the fact that I'm doing this purely out of passion has caused me to become so incredibly burnt out, as so many other people that work for passion do. They get burnout and they get tired. And I've gotten burnout and tired. And I think that now my spark, my joy is back, and I hope to produce content for you guys on TikTok and Instagram and here on YouTube that brings me joy, that brings you guys enjoyment and joy. I've also gotten some new filming and filming and audio recording equipment. So I hope that my videos are a better, higher quality. In addition to that, I have a podcast now. We'll talk about that at the end. But I was burnt out for a couple of reasons. One of the biggest reasons for my burnout was I was balancing being a high school junior, which has got to be, from my personal experience, one of, if not the most stressful years of high school and probably school in general. It is the year where you are so incredibly focused on schoolwork and grades and colleges, since they mostly look at sophomore and junior year. Myself, I have never been the smartest. I'm not valedictorian. I probably never will. I don't have the interest to be the smartest. My interests really do lie in my creative passions, which is what this channel is. It's a creative passion for me to create content that I am able to do the video and audio editing on afterwards. And that really is shown by the fact that I've created a second channel to just post whatever the hell I want on it. But I'll talk about the end. I was just burnt out. I was tired. I was exhausted from every week having to get up, shower, wash my hair, do my makeup, and film a video on a Saturday when most people are sitting at home, they're resting, they're doom scrolling, they're enjoying their hobbies. For me, I was getting up, I was basically getting ready to work. I was filming a TikTok, which wasn't the hardest part. That was probably one of the easiest things. I could be filming 2 or 3 TikToks to just sit in the drafts. And then I was going to sit down to film 2 10 to 30 minute YouTube videos about whatever the topic was. Maybe it was like a DIY tutorial where I talked to you guys through one of my recent DIY projects to show you guys how to make it, or just talk to you guys how to make an idea of something I saw on Pinterest or something like that. Maybe it was sitting down to make outfits for you guys, to show you lookbooks based on a certain topic. Well, all of that got me bored. It got me stressed out, and it really, really burnt me out because I had to sit there and talk and basically work a part-time job that was unpaid on a Saturday, which obviously to a lot of people seems really fun until you really realize what YouTubers have to do. You constantly have to manage SEO. I've taught myself SEO. You have to manage SEO. You have to manage what's popular, what's trending, what people want to see from you, how to fit that into whatever your niche for your channel is. There's a lot of work that goes into YouTube that isn't just the filming and editing of videos. And when you're someone like me that wants to produce content the way these large channels that have teams that have multiple editors do, it's hard enough to do that with a team. And for them, their big issue is probably managing their team. But for me, I don't have managing a team. My issue is that I have to be able to come up with content ideas, write them down, and film them. And then I have to film them. I have to get set up to film them. I have to clean my room. Got to pick out what I need, what props I need, what clothing items I need. I have to book out time to do that. And then after I filmed it, I have to send those clips to myself to get them to my computer. I've got to download them. I've got to organize them on my computer since my computer is used for everything from my personal projects to my schoolwork to my gaming. There is so much that my computer is used for it. So then I got to organize those clips, and then I got to go sit down, put them on my computer, and edit. This video that I'm currently recording for you guys, which I believe will be anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes, that way I can talk about everything I need to talk about, has had 2 different voiceovers recording. The version of the voiceover that you're listening to is the second version that was recorded. Last night at around 11:30 p.m., I recorded the original voiceover, but I didn't think my personality came through in it. So I'm recording the second one. But yeah, overall, the main reason I didn't post was I was burnt out. I was tired. I didn't have the time or energy to sit down and film and create and edit. There is so much work that goes behind each of these videos, and each of these videos, all of that work comes from my joy and my love and my passion to create this content for you guys that is both fun for you to watch, provides a respite or a place for you to go whenever the times in your life are scary and hard, but also provides you with a little bit of education. I like to call it edification. Pretend I said that right. Secondly, school. I had to sit down and think, what do I need for my life? What do I need to focus on? What do I need to prioritize? And I needed to realign my priorities and know that my unpaid YouTube channel, where I work day in and day out, like, I don't know. I was going to say something there that I can't say. I work day in and day out for no wages and for very little reach. My videos reach very few people, and I don't get paid for them. But there's still a love, a joy, and a passion I have that I do enjoy doing. But I had to sit down and think, do I focus on this YouTube channel that I'm passionate about growing and is only there as a hobby, or do I focus on school? The most important thing, the thing that should take up the most amount of my time, and the thing that I need to focus on so that I can get a better future and get myself out of the situation I'm currently in. And I learned I needed to prioritize school. So I decided that I was going to do that. I put YouTube, I put TikTok, I put Instagram, I put Substack, I put reading, I put everything I loved and enjoyed that wasn't school or related to school or could be used as a way to prioritize myself in school on the back burner. So that meant putting YouTube on the back burner. That meant I was not able to do it anymore. And obviously, we're entering the end of the school year. I do hope that throughout the rest of this last school year, I can make some content for you guys. And next year into my senior year, my workload might be a lot easier, and I don't have to basically work like a dog. Especially for YouTube because I don't get paid. But yeah, I had to prioritize school, which meant I got to put all of my content stuff on the back burner. So I did that. I prioritized school, and now I figured out the way that I can continue to prioritize school as well as create YouTube videos, but also still try to have time for my hobbies. And that is turning my hobbies into YouTube, which obviously I turned my hobbies into a job, which is both bad, mad. And I think that's it on the topic of where I've been and burnout. But please know that if you're currently a high school student or you're someone that's worried about being burnt out, please, 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 please take a break from whatever's burning you out. I promise it will help. You are not obligated to do anything for anyone. No one is. If you are on this platform on YouTube as a creator, as a viewer, as just a person who enjoys using YouTube, which is a social media platform, and even if it's not YouTube, even if it's TikTok, no matter what it is, if something is burning you out, stop doing it. Just take a break. Go get some water. Go get some popcorn. As I'm sitting here recording this, I'm sitting on a desk where I have an apple turnover right off the side from me. Then I'm going to go take a break and eat because I like apple turnovers, right? But just sit down and take a break. You are not obligated to do anything for anyone, no matter what the cost is. You yourself should be what you're prioritizing. And for me, that was something I've told everyone around me, that I told my friends, that I told people that asked for advice about YouTube, about social media, about being a content creator on social media, about producing content on social media. Yet it was advice that I didn't take for myself, which is why I had to take this 3 to 4 month long, probably longer break from YouTube. I had to sit down and I had to prioritize school and allow myself to do that so that I could come back to YouTube with more creativity, with more creative video ideas, with video ideas that weren't just rehashes of stuff I saw on Pinterest, which obviously I'll still do because Pinterest is a place I get my inspiration. But yeah, now I kind of want to talk about parasocial relationships. Obviously, my community is so small and I love every one of you. At the end of my videos, I do say I love you. I say I hope you had a fantastic rest of your day. The reason that I say that is because I love you guys. I really do. I say that to people in my real life, okay? I say that to everyone. When I'm ending a friendship, when I'm leaving someone behind, I always say that I hope they have an amazing rest of their life because that's what I want. I want everyone to be able to truly enjoy their lives. It's doing something that makes them happy and fulfilled. And for me, that's YouTube. For me, one of the things that makes my life happy and fulfilled is, and probably will always be, YouTube. So yeah, that's kind of why I make these videos, if you're wondering. But that obviously causes a parasocial relationship. And I've seen online, I'm not going to talk about a specific person because I do not want to direct any more fire or attention towards them, even for my small platform. There is a problem, and there has been a large problem with parasocial relationships, especially on social media, for a very long time, but it has ramped up in the last 4 months. I'm not going to say a specific person, but I would like to say that if you follow someone online, that if you know someone from social media, you only know their social media personality and persona. For example, for me, the voice that you guys are hearing is not the way I talk in real life. It's similar, but it is a way that is made so that it sounds better on audio and video recording. That way, it's easier for you guys. It's a version of me that's a clearer version of the way I speak. It is a persona. The way I act on these videos, it's a persona. It is very similar to how I am in real life, but it is a persona. Unless you are one of my absolutely amazing IRL friends that engages with and watches my content, you do not know me in real life. Unless you are someone that I actively know in real life and consider a friend, which a lot of you are, you don't know me in real life. And obviously, I don't have a problem with parasocial relationships. I want you guys to know that. But there comes a time when there are people who randomly add me and I start to feel weirded out by them. Please don't do that. Please do not find my social medias. Obviously, if they're linked in the link tree down below, that's for you to find. Those are platforms where I post content for you to find. But if it's something like my mom's social media, please don't. Please don't go find my mom and reach out to her. Please don't go find my dad and reach out to him. Please only reach out to me in the social medias I've linked. Don't go find my school. Don't find that information about me. Outside of the information that I have shared on my social medias and in here, I'm a very private person. I don't like people knowing details about me. I am very cautious about that. I have a partner. I don't want my partner's information to get out there. I have a lot of friends who I don't know if they'd be comfortable having their information out there. I have a lot of ex-friends that people might go after if I mention them by name. So please, 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 No, you don't know me in real life. You don't know anyone on the internet in real life. You don't know any creator that you follow. You know a persona. You know a personality that they put out there on the internet. That is not the entirety of their life. That is not everything you see. 90% of the time, that's going to be the best parts of their life. So that's going to be the highlight reel, the super cool, amazing things they get to see as a content creator, and not the stressful parts. Or maybe it's a persona that hides the bad parts of their personality, the bad parts of their mental health, when they're truly struggling. And obviously, I know so many creators are real and genuine. I try to be real and genuine. 90% of the persona that you guys are seeing is based on the real and genuine Bia. But it is still a persona with a different voice. And those of you that follow me on other social medias that know me in real life, no. Like, my Iowa friends don't hear the voice you guys hear on YouTube. This upbeat, happy, peppy persona that every video starts it off by saying, "Hi everyone, my name is Bia and I'm your favorite social media content creator." The truth is, the way I speak like this when I greet you guys in the beginning of a video is obviously inflected so that you hear it more, it gets your attention, and it reels you into the video. But there is a problem with people thinking that creators are their friends, that they can just tell creators anything. We're not your friends. You don't know us in real life. We are a stranger whose content you engage with. We are a stranger who makes art for you to enjoy and use as an escape from your day-to-day life. You don't know us in real life. All we are is just a stranger that you develop a parasocial relationship with. I think that's it on the topic of parasocial relationships. I guess I'm going to talk about, it's kind of all I have to talk about, but this video literally just reached 17 minutes, and I don't want to cut it here, so I'm going to talk about some of the other social media projects and ventures that I either currently have in the works or they're currently up that I've come up with over this break. Throughout this break, I have been using it to come up with a lot of new fun ways for me to make content. So there's going to be a lot of videos in the near future on this channel that are fun, that are a return to our normal content and aren't these post-break depressive talk about videos. I started a second channel, as previously mentioned. That channel has no theme. It's just going to be random videos every other Thursday. Obviously, as you guys know, I post on this channel every Wednesday, so every Thursday or every other Thursday, and there will be videos of random things posted that give you a little bit of insight into me, my personality, my persona, the behind the scenes of how I make my content, whether or not be TikTok, YouTube videos, what I do outside of that, and so much more, including maybe Eurovision content and Eurovision shenanigans. That channel will be linked in the link tree down below, but if you would like to find it, it is called Bia Vlogs, and the profile picture is my professional headshots. Photography. I am running a small solo photography business. I had a camera and then it broke. We're working on getting it fixed. Those are the big two, but I also have a podcast. Many of you know that I run a Substack. And no, this podcast is not on the Substack, nor is it connected to Substack. The Substack is about fashion. The Substack is about fashion, art, politics, or whatever else I want to write about, which some of you may have noticed does include music. I love music. I always have, and I always will. I love singing. I'm currently learning how to play guitar, and I thought that it'd be fun to start a podcast. So I do, in fact, have a podcast called Spin That Record Podcast. It is found here on YouTube under that name. The YouTube channel is also linked in my link tree, which is in the... Sorry guys, I just dropped my microphone. That is linked down below. And my Substack. I think we'll talk about my Substack. The Substack is back up and running. We will have 2 articles a week. Bia's book club will be the last Friday of every month. And a real genuine article about fashion, music, art, politics, growing up on the internet, life in the internet, life in the 21st century, life as a teenager, and so many other things that I get inspired to write about can be found there on my independent journalistic publication that I often refer to as my blog or just my Substack. Read my Substack blog. It has so many names. Pretty much everything on this channel has a lot of names. You guys know me. I'm not one for being the same. I'm not one for complicity. I'm not one to be the same. I don't like things to be the same. I know a lot of you guys don't. And yeah, you are going to see this video clip again on the second channel. But that should be it. We're nearing the end of this video, so I think I'm going to start saying goodbye. I'm not going to do my full long intro, but bye guys.